Oh, whiskey or the devil.
How's everyone doing? I'd just like to say this is Irish Jack. I'm alongside here with the CEO of SCW, Chris Carson. And welcome to Happy Hour with Irish Jack. Mr. Carson, how you doing tonight?
Doing good, thank you.
Thank you, I'm doing good myself, as I say. This is not my beer whatsoever. I don't drink in the job because I know that that's not right and you pay me. So, but I'd like to say that I'm very glad that you're on the show tonight. It's an incredible honor to have you. And I'm not kissing butt by saying it. Absolutely not, because Irish Jack is not a butt kisser. No, believe me. Ask my opponents. Ask my opponents. But I'm glad that you're on the show, and the reason why I want to talk to you is that, you know, SCW is going places. And it really is. You know, there's always been a foundation. I believe, what is this, the 15 years it's been coming up. Yeah. So what I like to say is, what's going on with SCW? What's the future hold?
The future is bright. You know, we're going to be celebrating 15 years on November 1st. Of course, Altamont Springs for SCW 15 years.
Yes.
I'm excited about that event, but I'm also excited about all the other events that lead up to that special occasion. Irish Jack, you've had a big year in SCW. You know, it just brings me back to the other 14 years and all the pioneers of Southern Championship Wrestling, the guys that have kind of come and gone, and all the similarities of guys like yourself and the guys of yesterday, and some of the guys that we see, you know, starting today and what they're going to do tomorrow, and maybe when SCW turns 20 years, they'll be the champions and leaders.
Yeah, that would be nice. But I'd like to say though, one guy that definitely sticks out, and it may be a touchy subject, but it needs to be brought to people's attention to know the history of Florida wrestling and how much that this promotion meant to that fella. His name is Rise, and he's been with SCW since day one. And when I see, you know, the new blood, people like such as myself, and I always go back to think of, you know, that man did, you know, he didn't single-handedly build the company, but he helped build the company to where it is today, and he had a big part of it. Like, he was the backbone itself. And what's your thoughts on Rise? I mean, obviously they're good ones, but
so many. And it's not just about what happens on the night of a show. It's the 30 days, 45 days, in between, whatever it is. There was the great matches, the night where he walked the top rope and the rope snapped and whatnot. He almost lost his winning streak. He had one of the longest winning streaks in SCW history. There were times where the man had such a great heart. He would call me up on a Sunday morning and he'd say, "You need to get out of bed. We're going to go play flag football." Flag football? I don't think so. And then flag football turned into tackle football, and but it's really crazy. But
he takes his football serious.
The leadership that he had outside of the ring was the same that he had in the ring as well as the locker room. And that is true character. And that type of true character is what bonds a family. I can only be as good as I want to be, but guys like Rise, they make me want to be the best. There are guys such as yourself who are a true reflection of part of Rise. There is that leadership role, the guy that's going to go above and beyond. And, you know, Irish Jack, you know, granted you have fun with the beer and whatnot, have a good time and whatnot, but you had a heart. And that's why you're SCW. Here we are, we're sitting here at the Wing House in Sanford. There's my cheap plug for the Wing House. And I'm just sitting here, and I was honored with a candle that had Mark Meister, Melinda Randolph, and Rise, from a guy that has an SCW tattoo on his arm with the names of those three individuals underneath the logo of the company. I say to myself, God, if we've not only touched people's lives today, what we've been able to do, and with Rise, it just makes it all worth it, as well as to go on and carry on the experience.
Absolutely. Now, unfortunately, you know, he passed in 2011 around this time, and we have a show coming up, and just will there be some kind of a dedication to him, or something that'll be done for him in the next show? Or I know you always got something planned.
Absolutely, absolutely. We had a Rise tribute show once upon a time, and his organization of support was the ASPCA. I think it's time to once again have that battle royal to honor Rise, 20-man tribute to the 6'10" Korean monster. Hopefully you can lace your boots and put the beer down and jump in there with the other 19 guys.
I definitely do that for him. I mean, Rise, I knew him for a bit, and he was one of the first people when I came down to Florida from South Boston. He always believed in me. He's like, I see you going somewhere. Something about you I can't put my finger on, but he saw something in me. And he says, stick with it. And the thing is that in wrestling, there's a lot of people I don't like. And we settle it in the ring. And but at the end of the day, we all fight for one thing, and that's for the fans, to entertain them. And that's what SCW is all about, and that's what Rise helped build. Is SCW a home, as you said, and a solid foundation that the fans can always come back to, knowing that whatever worries they have in their life, or maybe with family, or with their friends, or their job, or school, that when they buy that ticket, to see the performance of SCW perform, they know they're getting their money's worth. They know they're getting entertained. And Rise, he led that foundation for them. And that's what people like myself and this new blood of SCW, we're living up to that. We're trying to live up to that with his memory in our hearts every single day. And so is there anything else, any last words? I'll give you the...
Stay tuned. The tradition lives 15 years.
Amen, man. Amen. And ladies and gentlemen, I'd just like to say that yes, Rise is not with us today, but he will forever be in our hearts and our minds, and with the men and women and children that represent SCW to the absolute fullest. Thank you, Chris Carson. It's a pleasure. Thank you for being on my show. And thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, see you next time in Happy Hour with Irish Jack. Have a great night.